Nobody would question the in-ring ability of Jinder Mahal. Yes, Jinder is trouble with his mouth.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to a special episode of the Ruthless Aggression Era podcast. And we're going to be doing basically what Shooting the Breeze did about a month ago for WrestleMania. Basically, going to do like live commentary for Greatest Royal Rumble. Sorry for being a little bit late. I had to run a last minute errand, but we're here now. And so Cena defeated Triple H. Cedric Alexander beat Kalisto to retain the Cruiserweight title, and Bray and Matt Hardy won the tag titles for Raw. Right now, it's Jinder Mahal and Jeff Hardy for the United States title. All I have to say is, go Jeff Hardy, go Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, honestly, it's a weak thing just because of the trade on this one. Because to tell the truth, I was always convinced one day Jinder Mahal's going to win the U.S. title, and he was going to nail it so bad that everybody turns back on his side. And now that he's on Raw, it can't really happen.
Yeah, I don't know about that happening. Now he's on Raw. And by the way, my guest right now is Thomas S.K. Green.
Yep. And I probably wouldn't be able to stay long because I still have work, and I'm not about to call out of work for a pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's fine, man. That's fine.
Oh, and Hardy going, following through. Hardy powering through, going up top. There's a whisper in the wind, nobody home.
And Jinder Mahal takes a bump where was nowhere near Jeff Hardy. This is your WWE champion last year, people.
Yep.
The impact shook Jinder's knees out from underneath him. I'm not entirely sure, but Jeff Hardy's still in control. But Jeff Hardy's got to stay anchored, so think of the next offensive attack here to keep Jinder Mahal down. Reversal by the Maharaja. Here's Jeff. Driving Mahal back toward the corner. There's a heel kick from Jeff Hardy, and here we could see it. Oh, man, the rest. 2 feet right to the sternum of Mahal. Jinder's out. Jinder is out. Uh-oh. I'm starting to feel it.
Oh, we're getting this stupid interference spot.
This could be it. We could have a new champion. Hardy able to counter momentarily. No, shoulders down. Jinder's got the chains.
How did the Colossus not be that stupid when it was the Dream Street, but suddenly with Jinder Mahal, it looks like a stupid move?
Jinder's in the
I don't know. It feels weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't quite put my finger on it. Just something about it just feels off.
Yeah.
Swanton bomb.
And it was weirder because it's not like Ted DiBiase Jr. was so much better than Jinder Mahal, so
No.
that's the reason.
Jeff Hardy retains. Yes.
Yeah. For the best on this one, because at least now you get Jeff Hardy out of the picture for any Woken goodness, and you officially make it for Jinder Mahal to be a mid-carder. He's going to be fighting Reigns within a month.
Yeah. I think it's best that they keep Jeff and Matt separated at least for the time being.
Yeah.
We've seen it 1,000 times. We never tire of it. Beauty for everybody.
So it still will be better for Jinder simply because of the fact that he might be the one person that can get Roman Reigns cheered in the U.S.
It's possible. I could see that.
Yeah. Him, maybe Ciampa, but that's about it.
Yeah, I only know when Ciampa's coming up. I don't think it's going anytime soon, but
well, more than likely. But at the same time, if he's one of the only heels that people will actually boo and will boo against anybody, then the matchup just works too good for a Roman Reigns feud where he needs heels that people want to boo.
right.
Make-A-Wish grants a wish every 17 minutes. I know that sounds pretty magical. In fact, it takes more than magic. It takes muscle.
And we go into the random ad forms, which actually really kills the business. I mean, John Cena can beat Triple H, but he loses to a bunch of children.
Also, I don't know how many times I've seen this ad.
Well, it's WWE. They overblow as anything they do.
Because Wish has proven physical and emotional benefits that can give children with critical illnesses a higher chance of survival. If they wish to be a superhero, a Marine, or a princess. That's a strength that's irrefutable. Wish takes more than magic. It takes muscle. Help us make sure every wish comes true. Donate at wish.org. And again, World Wish Day is this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. And to help make wishes come true, please donate at wish.org/WWE. We're having such a great time, Michael Roman. I got a question for you. Where's Saxton go? Oh, didn't even know he was an air anymore. No, nonetheless, we know where Byron is. Hey, Byron Saxton is joining our all-star panel now with Jim Ross, Jerry the King Lawler, and Booker T. They're going to recap what's happened in the early portion of the show and tell you what's still to come here tonight on the Greatest Royal Rumble. Look, Michael, I love you, Corey. But you know what? I can't have an opportunity to hang out with Hall of Famers, right? You're the King Lawler. You know what they are, Jim Ross. Booker T. What do you guys think so far of the Greatest Royal Rumble?
Why do I get the feeling that Jerry Lawler is going to be in the Royal Rumble?
I would be surprised on it. Actually, I'm just surprised he's actually wearing his crown, since allegedly that was going to be something that could get him arrested, to wear a crown and call himself the king here.
Yeah, because seeing him dressed up, basically, like, it almost looks like he's in his ring gear almost. So his ring jacket.
Yeah, it does look like it. It's that he's wearing his ring jacket and no shirt underneath, instead of just he's a 60-year-old man wearing Affliction shirts. So.
Absolutely incredible. Well, we've had an incredible time here in Saudi Arabia, and the community everywhere.
And it goes with more proof of them having a good time in Saudi Arabia. And if you wonder why they're doing this, WWE stock hit $40 for the first time today. There's your reason they're doing this.
Everybody's welcome to come to Saudi Arabia. It's the dawning of a new age in Saudi Arabia, and the societal renaissance that is sweeping this desert nation has a great deal to do with 32-year-old Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
We have a leadership that is allowing the population to make its own decision within a context of being a global citizen, being the best individual you can be for yourself, for your family, for your nation, for the world.
It's a vision.
And this apparently is the intermission that goes through, so it has their...
We would like to really encourage young people to go out and participate in their health and well-being through the vehicle of sports.
There is a huge impact of inviting these magnificent events.
Entertainment is one of the main pillars for human happiness.
أنا ضغط عليهم عشان هذا الشيء أبصر لهم مرة في الحياة أيضا.
I have never been happier in Saudi Arabia than I am now. Sorry. Being heard by others and having something done about it. That's very sentimental.
The woman driving, it's a step taken very late, but thank God it's happening now. I'm very proud of our leadership.
The Saudis are not necessarily changing, but maybe we're being unveiled. Now we're confident enough to show our treasures and share with us in the world. It's really a beautiful time.
Yeah, I think I speak for all of us when I say it. We can't say how appreciative all of us here in the WWE have been for our entire stay here in Saudi Arabia. We've been obviously here in television.
And they finish up saying all the baby steps that Saudi Arabia is going. And that needs to be mentioned because you can't wave a magic wand and have complete equality in this world. You have to have some baby steps before you can get to the big steps. And Saudi Arabia has been so failed on this one that they need to start getting these baby steps. And it's likely that something like WWE saying, we don't want to go there, we don't want anything, would be the Western arrogance that would stop these baby steps. So to the people complaining there is no women's match on this one, keep that in mind.
Yeah, it definitely takes time. You know, it takes time.
Yeah.
Jericho.
And Jericho.
Chris, is tonight the night that
you know that they're trying to pull out all the stops that they get a New Japan guy onto this show. And even beyond the fact that Jericho was shown on this one, I think that it would have been a non-zero chance that if the Saudi government said, we hear good things about this Okada and Omega, we don't have them, get them. Fine, we'll try and get him for one show.
Kevin Owens, a stupid idiot.
It is nice to see Jericho along here again.
Yeah. Yeah, it does work though. I think he's getting closer to the Jericho. I want to speak to your manager cut than the classic Jericho.
Maybe.
I'm Mike.
I just wish he would go back to wearing tights again.
Yeah.
Never liked the trunk circle.
Yeah. But it's a very difference. There is the case that Jericho is one of those people who, well, it's kind of like why Billy Kay wore so much makeup. There's a level where it goes past they're doing it because it looks bad, and to a level where they're doing it for heel heat, and you gotta respect that.
Right. Yeah, I think even Jericho has said that. That he was trying to take everything that people loved about the Y2J character and take it away for heel heat.
Yeah, and that's one of the cases with Jericho where someone like him who's forgotten more about being a heel than most people will ever learn has to be seen as such.
And the list is back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You just made the list.
And he's putting random people on the list, which is proof that he's a babyface.
You just made the list. 49 other superstars making the list. Count down. One. Stage, right? Everybody's making the list tonight. He's in rare form. That just speaks to the importance of the magnitude of this event, though, guys. I mean, for Jericho to come back just to be part of the Greatest Royal Rumble and just have a chance. And Rey Mysterio coming back. Rey Mysterio. Bryan coming back. I mean, like you said, some of the biggest superstars ever in the history of our business are back here tonight for the Greatest Royal Rumble. And the list goes on and on. The list. I heard a rumor that you put your name in the hat. No, I was waiting on the invitation. You know, I never got the invitation. Maybe it got lost in the mail. That's what I don't know. All right. You have your lights on there? Perhaps. I'm waiting for my interview to sound. This match runs through Braun Strowman. He's the biggest, strongest. He's on a roll. I think it's his match to lose. And if he wins it, look out. Oh, that's a good thing they are. Certainly there is plenty more to come here tonight at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Well, we want to thank right now.
Using a Godsmack song in 2018.
Well, be fair, it is Saudi Arabia. They just got Godsmack last week.
And Spotify. You'll be getting that one there. Oh, yeah.
I honestly haven't listened to Godsmack in so long.
Yeah.
Since like 2007.
I think I stopped listening to them when the radio stopped playing them, so. I will say the intermission does give it a feel like watching Wrestle Kingdom in a way, where it was at a ungodly hour and it's just random videos just showing things for it. There is a positive there.
Yeah, it does give you some time to breathe.
Yeah.
As well as the Regal Broad got it for the Universal and inside the steel cage. And of course, the namesake for this event, the biggest Royal Rumble in the history of WWE. 50 superstars will compete.
Where the winner gets a random trophy, and that's all they get.
Well, honestly, I think it was fair enough for it, but honestly, why not just give something minor on it? Like, I know that Crash Bandit had said, give them an automatic bid into the Money in the Bank match, and that would be perfectly fair for it. So,
yeah, I do think that would work. I don't know. I just feel like with the Greatest Royal Rumble, it's bigger than a usual Royal Rumble. I just feel like there should be something bigger on the line than just a trophy.
Yeah, but at the same time, what's bigger than the main event of WrestleMania? And that's a year out, so...
Yeah, not being able to compete.
True.
Reinforced how much I love
and that's really the problem where there's not many good prizes that would be equal to you main event WrestleMania in kayfabe for it. So, and no one in kayfabe believes any monetary thing. So even if they said something like the winner of this Greatest Royal Rumble gets a check for $1 million, no one would buy they're actually getting $1 million. So.
Yes, I love it when Daniel Bryan is faced with a huge obstacle, and that's what he's facing tonight. And I like him in that. I don't like Daniel Bryan in that. You know, I'll talk about it. Daniel Bryan's going to have a bullseye on his back. Everybody's going to be coming out there to get a piece of, especially the guys. You know, he was the boss at one time. You want to take a guy like that out? Hey, Braun Strowman. You guys ready for action? Doesn't flow here on the man. We're going to send it back to ringside. Greatest Royal Rumble. Yeah, baby. Hey, Byron, you can stay in the panel if you want for the rest of the night. Hey, we got this. Just hang out over there. Greatest Royal Rumble here tonight live in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The sold-out King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. It has been so much fun to show up 24 championship matches have been coming at court. The world's largest Royal Rumble.
All right, time for Usos and Bludgeon Brothers, I believe.
Yep. Honestly, it makes some sense on it, but it does work that within a few weeks, the tag division on SmackDown is really stabilized, at least. So that's a plus.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a fan of the Usos Bludgeon Brothers Naomi storyline they got going on, but who knows? Maybe this match should be good.
Yeah, but at the very least, there's pluses to it where they're good teams, they're incredible, and giving Naomi in this storyline at least opens up a little bit of room for Becky Lynch to possibly get pushed.
Maybe. Let's hope so.
Yeah, and that's really the big weakness that the SmackDown women have for. There's not many women on the show who have accepted gimmicks that work with men for it. So if you have someone like Becky Lynch, she's independent of the men, so there's no men she's good friends with that she can just say, okay, I'll manage them for a while, and while I'm out of the title picture. At least Naomi has that for, oops, I'm out of the picture, I won't have a chance over Charlotte and Asuka and Becky. Fine, I'll just manage the Usos for a while.
Yeah. I love Rick Harper's skull mask. I think that looks great.
Yeah, that actually works on this one, and if nothing else, the Bludgeons have managed to work this way. So.
After what happened last week on SmackDown Live, a A distraction by Jimmy Uso's wife Naomi allowed Jimmy to beat Eric Rowan in a one-on-one match. That can't be good. We know how miserable and dangerous these two are on a regular day. Now, you humiliated Rowan, and I'm sure irritated Harper even worse than usual. I do not like the way
Though at the very least, the one problem with this one is that the Bludgeon Brothers are a good example that they should bring back the leather straps for each wrestler depending on their color scheme thing they had from the old days, because the all red and black Bludgeon Brothers and those blue titles just does not fit at all.
No, I don't think it does at all. I'm not really a fan of the attire of the Bludgeon Brothers either.
Yeah, but at least in something that makes you look like you don't want to mess with these people in a dark alley is good on it, because at least anything that gets them away from this Wyatt family aura of they're going to make you squeal like a pig, not they're going to beat you down, is a good thing.
Right.
Big old Luke Harper. Absolutely no shortage of malice between the Bludgeon Brothers toward anybody that they step in the ring with. These two are cold, they are soulless. Merciless. My goodness. Absolutely no absence of malice. Frequent tags allow them to continue to punish their opponents. I'll tell you for a fact, there's a couple superstars during the Superstar segment that got shipped over to Raw and are celebrating that just because they're no longer on the same brand as the Bludgeon Brothers. Can you blame them? No, I can't, actually. Hey, Uso off there down across the back. What a backbreaker for Rowan. Oh, a big splash. This could be over before the Usos even get going. Cover. Kick out at two, staying alive. Wow. Jimmy and Jay, look at that. They're very inspired, as I mentioned earlier. Very confident in this match. They said, listen, no one thought we could. We think one of the greatest tag teams of all time, Dewey's Outlaws, to become tag team champions. We made it to the main card of WrestleMania where no one thought we could. Yes, we can do the amount. You know what? All that stuff happened in the past. Right now, James is about to get brain squeezed out of his ears, courtesy of Rowan's massive fist. Yeah, move made very popular by the late great WWE champion Sergeant Slaughter, and Rowan, though, massive hands. Oh, Uso in two, and now an elbow drives Uso back to the corner. I think what's going on in my mind. I'll tell you, Uso, you're looking up. You got Eric Rowan standing over you. Luke Harper looking at it. Oh! Again, the SmackDown Tag Team titles on the line tonight in our first televised event in the Middle East on the WWE Network. Is Rowan goes shoulder first into the post, but Harper makes the tag, not allowing Jey Uso to get to his brother. He happenstance for the Bludgeon Brothers. Oh, but Harper spilled to the outside.
Right, so the Usos might be able to get some offense in this match.
Yep, just had to wait because at least I'm up to date with my WWE T-shirts again. Thank you for expecting the sale to go yesterday and then finding out it was cheaper today with the sale. So
nice.
Here comes one for Rowan, but both Bludgeons still on their feet.
Rowan just fell down.
Stop attack. He wants to get the Usos a chance. There's the crossbody to win the title. Hooks the legs and a kick out. One. Harper looking for the discus lariat. Uso answers with a kick. Harper goes down.
Yeah, but still works on how this went with Rowan seeming to be the worst one, but I still don't see the difference between Harper and Rowan as workers completely.
I don't think Eric Rowan is as bad as everyone makes him out to be. I don't think he's great, but he's fine.
Yeah,
I think Harper has a lot of potential. I don't think he's really been allowed to show it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the stuff on it, like I was always a little bit questionable about them giving Harper the world when they said it, because too much of it. Yeah, he was good in the Wyatt Orton feud, but you're going to give him a world title match at WrestleMania because of it? That's just reeked of. They don't want Luke Harper to be the champion. They want Brody Lee, not Luke Harper, to be the champion.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. I think if they gave him more to do in that storyline, maybe it would have worked.
Yeah. Well, it's really one of the cases where, honestly, if he's holding the storyline together, it worked. But again, when you're giving somebody a world title match at WrestleMania, that's got to be a huge deal. You can't just throw them around willy-nilly either.
Yeah, it does have to mean something, especially at Mania.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was another pay-per-view, sure, give Luke Harper a title shot there. Guy's not a bad wrestler. He probably deserve it. But WrestleMania.
Bludgeons impose their will. Double team by the Bludgeons. Jimmy Uso. That's it.
And Bludgeon Brothers retain.
Yeah.
Solid match. It was what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't really expect too much on matches like these, but at least there'll be difference because now the SmackDown Tag Division has a lot of teams like the Bar and the Bludgeon Brothers and Gallows and Anderson Bludgeon Brothers. Those are going to be some interesting power matches. So,
yeah, and the question is who will be the next challengers for Bludgeon Brothers?
Yeah, that was the weakness because New Day have basically been off camera beforehand on it. They broke up the Ascension. They broke up Gable and Benjamin and sent the Ascension and Breezango to Raw. So it seems like it's either going to be the Club or the Bar, and I'd be fine with either of those matches.
I feel like it'll be Gallows and Anderson because it does seem like there will be faces on SmackDown.
Yeah, but there's also the cases where there's too many options there for it. So you have things like their feud with AJ Styles' allies there, and so you can't really be sure that they won't have that underlying problem of various people going after AJ Styles.
The best of both brands combined for one night. WWE Backlash and co-branded pay-per-view.
And this is the problem of not having your music cues set when you plan to try when something like that's going.
Sunday, Newark, New Jersey, on the WWE Network. Well, you think Sergeant Bond's going to be there? I made a mistake, sorry. I just saw him a couple of weeks ago. I love you, sorry. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, switching gears now. It is a battle for the Intercontinental Championship, and it will take place in a ladder match here at the Greatest Royal Rumble. 4 men battling for one of the most prestigious titles in the business. Finn Balor knows what's at stake. A ladder match is one of the truly unique matches.
It looks like the Intercontinental ladder match is next. Guessing Seth retains here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that still is one of the reasons of Greatest Royal Rumble is so overloaded it cannot possibly be good. I don't have many rules in life on it, but when you have a cage match and a ladder match on the same card, you probably overloaded things.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a stacked show, and I can understand why. You know, I really can.
Yeah. Well, there's stacked, and then there's so stacked that it's insane for it. Like for instance, some matches just don't click together, like cage and ladder. And when you throw a Royal Rumble onto the mix, that adds more. And a casket match, that adds more.
Right.
And that just goes past. It's a stacked card and into. Is this a card that some kid booked with their action figures and is trying to
Honestly, that probably would have been a match that I would have booked, you know, back in the day, like a 30 guys in a cage match, in a ladder match, surrounded by caskets. That would have been a match I would have booked.
Yeah. Although that would probably go a little bit further. Once you go with those ones, then you have to add the lasers, the electrics and the shocks, the piranhas, the dogs
Fire around the
entering
ring.
like the kennel from hell.
Oh, Seth is wearing his SummerSlam 2016 attire.
Yeah. Which also helps the action figure motif on it. So
Yeah, I do remember seeing that action figure at GameStop.
yeah.
I do really like this attire, like more so than the
Yeah.
attire that he has nowadays.
Yeah. At least it makes him look more like a superhero, which is always a plus for wrestlers. So
Yeah, totally.
Seth Rollins wants to survey the see what he's working with, get a feel for this Jetta crowd before his Intercontinental Championship is hoisted high above the ring. Seth Rollins won the Intercontinental Championship in the triple threat match at WrestleMania versus The Miz and Finn Balor. Guys, here's the interesting note. Seth Rollins in his career undefeated. Ladder match. Introducing the challenger, making his way to the ring from Huntington Beach, California, weighing in 282 pounds. Samoa Joe! I'm in perhaps the X Factor. You're looking at a man in Samoa Joe who embraces an isolationist attitude. He said, this match is purely a formality in order to be a trail of
Yo, Joe.
The argument of fact that that's all Samoa Joe has done since arriving in WWE. Dominate.
yep, it usually does have the weakness that they still keep the matches that were done before the draft onto this. Like it just telegraphs that Seth Rollins and Hardy and Wyatt were going to win because they sent away everybody else to the other show.
Yeah, that was the problem with the draft a little bit. And now with that and the show, Raw doesn't really have much of a direction.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's basically been a couple weeks, and now Backlash so close to this, they will have a direction eventually. So,
all right. Please, WWE. Please don't put the title back on the Miz. Please.
He's on SmackDown. He couldn't get the title, so.
I know, but still. You never know with this company.
Plus, I don't think that if Miz got the Intercontinental title, that would work for it because right now you have to understand the conspiracy theory for this. WWE knows for damn well that every fan wants to see Daniel Bryan beat the crap out of The Miz. They've wanted it for 2 years now, and they finally have the chance to get it. So they need to drag out that Daniel Bryan gets his hands on The Miz thing so that the fans don't get the other thing they want, Daniel Bryan to win the WWE title, and they won't accept anybody else but him.
Yeah. And why does Miz get pyro? Come on now.
Well, at the very least, I think they've been giving a lot of pyro tonight because they're getting $100 million. They can splurge for a little pyro.
Yeah, if only Raw and SmackDown would get pyro.
Honestly, I'm fine with Raw and SmackDown not getting pyro on it. Maybe it's the fact of the pyro being too loud at shows. Maybe it's the fact of going to the cheap seats where the smoke goes thin. Maybe it's the fact that I'm in the I'm in the shadow of the station nightclub, but I'm fine with no indoor pyro.
Maybe I don't know. I miss it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I do.
You can see Balor's wearing his black trunks and black ones because if he was wearing his rainbow trunks, he would have been stoned to death.
Universal champion first, but also for only one day. Vince spent his entire career scratching and clawing, trying to climb back to the top of the mountain, which he once again was unable to do at WrestleMania in a triple threat match with his very same Intercontinental title on the line. I do want to go back to Samoa Joe for one moment because in 9 nights, a week from Sunday, Samoa Joe has a date with Roman Reigns. Regardless of what happens in this matchup, regardless of what happens to Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, later on tonight, Joe and Reigns will meet 9 nights. So this Joe is going to pass this match, perhaps, to the battle with the big dog. I know Samoa Joe a long time. I've never known him to look past any challenge and finish his fun. But Joe is fully aware that at that time, he could be the Intercontinental Champion, challenging Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. We'll see how the night plays out, but that is a very real possibility. First time in nearly 2 years, the Intercontinental Championship will hang above the ring in a ladder match. The rules are simple. You climb the ladder, grab the prestigious championship, and you win. Those ladders can also be used as weapons.
You're not responding to pageantry.
The A-lister, the Miz, and of course that man, Finn Balor of Balor Club, and we're underway. All comes down to who isolate themselves from the other 3 men in the ring. And you look at the history here between Rollins and Joe. Sorry to cut you off, Corey, but this is an interesting story. Joe almost cost Seth Rollins an actual WrestleMania last year, right? Joe's first night on Monday Night Raw. Oh, Balor with a basement drop kick, and those short of issues between Joe and Rollins. Finn Balor and Samoa Joe have a long history spanning the entire globe. Look out! Oh, there he is. Tip up insecurity by Samoa Joe. Talked to Joe earlier today. He mentioned first ladder match in his WWE career. However, he has had ladder matches over the years, so he doesn't think that will be a factor. Rollins now perched on the middle rope, and a double blockbuster.
Seth Rollins paying the ultimate tribute to Buff Bagwell.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if they need something for this one, so anybody who can draw heat walking down the street is always worthwhile in the WWE today. Besides, Buff Bagwell gets a bad rap because I would posit that Buff Bagwell is replacement level for good wrestlers. If you are better than Buff Bagwell, you can safely say they were a great wrestler. If you are worse than him, you sucked.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and sometimes replacement level or value over Mike Bennett for the common ones for it would be a bad thing, but it's actually a good one to know who the worst wrestler who can still be considered good is.
Miz and Rollins form an alliance momentarily at least. You can see that. And again. Oh, wait a minute. It's been Balor. And Balor over the top, but he takes everybody out. You're going to see temporary alliances formed. It's all but necessary in a match such as this. It's all about being the last man standing. Seth Rollins is acutely aware of the circumstances that he does not have to lose by pinfall or submission to lose his championship. Whoever climbs the ladder first wins, period. I mean, it might be climbing the ladder first. It could be Samoa Joe. There is no champion's advantage in this sort of matchup. Joe all alone. Setting up that ladder. Don't discount the size of Samoa Joe. Yeah, that's deceptively fast for a man of his size. Seth Rollins, he'll step up to anyone as he's doing here. When Rollins arrived in Jeddah yesterday, he said it's big, it's hot, It's beautiful. Oh man, face first. Nothing beautiful about that, though. Give me Rollins. Not at all. Mojo just drove all the wind out of the body of Seth Rollins. And oh, what a chop echoing through the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. Right up the chest of Finn Balor. These ladder matches are so dangerous. This takes so much out of each and every competitor. The stakes are high, the risks are higher than usual. Anything can go wrong at any moment. Much about survival is his victory. Oh, Joe with a knee right to the face. Nasty, abrasive style of Samoa Joe. Now he's got ladders at his disposal. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that hurt. Oh, and right to the midsection. You can hear the thud as Samoa Joe landed spine first on the ladder. Thinking Samoa Joe rolled out of the ring, but it's actually sets up an opportunity for Finn Balor. Again, the object set the ladder and climb up and grab the championship. The Intercontinental title. And arguably the quickest superstar in this matchup, making his way up the ladder, is from behind. Oh, and a kick right to the face.
Come on, get the Miz out of there.
Now perhaps it's Miz's opportunity to join Jericho as the greatest Intercontinental champion in history with a 9th reign tonight, and Seth Rollins not going to lose the championship that easily. Looking for the skull-crushing finale is Miz. Oh, face first off the ladder. Oh, look good for the let's not remind them he's casting agents concerned. Everyone around the world, he's got a screen test next week. That's exactly what I'm worried about. He's got a few others to find for. Now it's Seth Rollins looking to place the ladder. And Rollins going to climb to the top. It's emergency from the champion and Balor trying to play defense. And Balor's turn. And Rollins in pursuit of Balor.
These two men are playing WWE 2K18.
Over the past couple of years,
tossing each other off the ladder.
Yeah.
That's happened to me so many times playing that game.
Yeah, but that's the difference between WWE 2K18 and most regular ones, where they don't have people incredibly focused on, we're just going to stop you and only you from winning the match. So
yeah,
like for instance, it turned me off of tag team matches in games for a little bit with this WWE. We're gonna break the hold every single time that we go through, no matter what, when it's a tag team match, and even if you've got the person literally dead in this form, but once you do it, we're just gonna keep going, and your own partner will never break your hold, so it'll just be keep going until you give up and let the computer win.
Yeah, I always have that problem with tag matches. No matter the game, it can be any WWE game ever. I will always have a difficult time playing tag matches.
Yeah, it would be much easier in the game if they just said, okay, limit of rope breaks. Heck, they even admitted that they have a one rope break per one tag break per game in WWE's tag team matches. Just add that to the game. Instantly, you've revolutionized tag team matches, and everyone would love the WWE game.
Yeah.
This is where he excelled. Just beat people up, and now Miz taken out. The show isn't dangerous enough. Take a look back at this. Joe just slamming Finn Balor's body onto that unforgiving ladder. Was strutting to Finn Balor. Everybody know he is in full control of this match. That swagger by his ass, and that's what Samoa Joe is all about. Oh, sling blade by Balor. And Finn again. Oh, Joe with the ladder falls right on top of it. Is this Balor's moment? Is this his opportunity? Oh, you don't think? I think so, guys. Oh, you don't think? A blessing in disguise, perhaps. Balor might break his own ankle to be connected with a coup de grace. On top of the ladder, you gotta be kidding me! This could be catastrophic for both superstars. And Seth Rollins now meets Balor in the corner. Oh no! Oh no! Joe trying to get out of harm's way. Samoa Joe. Here comes Miz. Thank God. Miz hanging on, and Joe with ripped to the man. That's how
Oh, of course, the Tower of Doom spot, because we can't go one multiple man match without having that move.
Well, it's the new era. It's the era of indie matches from the 2000s. They just got the Tower of Doom spot. They just got the lung blower. They need to be able to use them. I'm still waiting for them to actually go with the burning hammer through 2 chairs for a 2 count spot.
You think he expected anything like this? Definitely not, but I'm sure Pat Patterson is proud of what the Intercontinental Championship has grown to be in sports entertainment. How coveted a prize it is amongst the superstars. Well, Corey, more than a dozen WWE Hall of Famers have held the Intercontinental Championship, and many more sure to be Hall of Famers as well, as Samoa Joe now, and Miz from behind, still upset that he got blasted in the ladder. Clutching finale on the ladder. Go hit Joe first on that ladder. Samoa Joe might have a broken jaw. Perfect timing. This way to assess the situation. It was striking the opportunity. The Miz now all alone with a ladder and the gold hanging above. It just dawned on the Miz that he is all alone, that he does have this prime opportunity now. This is historic right here, guys. The Miz trying to become a 9-time Intercontinental Champion. This is his moment. There is nobody in the ring except for Miz. Miz can climb the ladder, grab the title, and celebrate tonight. Miz is about 15 feet from history at this very moment, closing in. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins back to the ring, coming up the other side.
Come on, Seth, stop him.
Preventing Miz from grabbing the championship. He's got his hands on it, Seth Rollins. Here to stop business. Try back off the top of the ladder. Miz again continues to punish Rollins.
No! Ben, Joe, stop him.
Yep.
Down, here comes Finn Balor. This may no longer support nefarious deeds now that he's a changed man, but he still wants to be a champion. He's still an elite competitor. And now the rights and lefts exchange on the top of the ladder. And it's Finn Balor. It could be Balor's opportunity. With the Balor falling, he touched it. Yeah, but the title is just swinging now, which makes it hard to grab. Miz, neckbreaker again. Finn keeps Miz. Now it is
I thought the Undertaker was coming out first. The lights went out for like a split second.
Yeah.
Like reflexes by Seth, but now it is flashing Rollins and Corey. This is turned into a Miz highlight reel. Miz isn't going to care about any highlights unless he leaves this stadium with that Intercontinental Championship, with the Miz once again with an opportunity to change his life forever. Miz trying to muster the courage to climb that ladder, trying to fight off the pain, persevere. Such anger mixed in with frustration, and Miz has come so close on several occasions now to grabbing that championship. Second place sucks. I don't care who wants to be the guy. And you heard the sellout crowd here tonight in Saudi Arabia. The "This is awesome" chant for this ladder match. Oh, down goes Balor. Knew this was going to be a volatile environment. Oh, and there goes Balor. Everybody get out the table. I don't know what was worse, the first impact of the ladder or Seth Rollins' pitch cage bouncing off the table. Oh, just quivering in pain down here at ringside. Balor with a kick. Oh, no. Get out of there, Miz. Miz does not want to be there. Not on the ladder. Miz not quite sure where he's at. Balor going up top. Miz in the
To the ground. The Miz on the ladder.
It's Balor's moment. Finn now all alone in the center of the ring. Can Balor set that ladder up and ascend to the heights needed to become Intercontinental Champion? What a Balor victory mean to Finn here tonight. Balor climbing. Now it's Samoa Joe back in. Joe and Balor, we've had some great battles in the past, continuing here tonight. Oh, and the overhead kick by Balor. Down goes Joe. He's volume to the guts of Finn Balor, willing to trade blows with Samoa Joe. Joe is down. Finn with yet another opportunity to climb that ladder. And Finn Balor Again by the tights by Samoa Joe, who just rips him off. Oh, no. Rokita clutch time. Rokita clutch is locked in. No submission, no Roman Balor escape. What a great counter. The great strategy. If Joe were able to put Balor down with the Rokita clutch, that's one less opponent to worry about. That's the right strategy, but Balor just one step ahead of the Destroyer tonight.
Balor almost nodding to himself, trying to will himself on. I can do this. I can climb this ladder.
Oh, and now,
Big Balor on the shoulders of Samoa Joe. Slips underneath.
Oh, no! Hiranagi planning. Big Balor by Samoa Joe. Now it could be Joe's moment. Those 15 feet or so can feel like an eternity for Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe lumbering up the ladder, trying to make it to the top, grab the Intercontinental Championship. But Balor somehow miraculously backed up. Oh, no. Joe hung across the top rope. I can't believe Finn Balor is still in this corner. This could be his night. It's been a brilliant effort by Balor. Finn has figured out the strategy to keep everybody down, one superstar at a time. Now the ring is all Finn. Here goes Finn. Finn is within reach. And Rollins tap like, oh, Rollins got the title.
So Seth Rollins retains. Figured that would happen.
For the best on it, so.
Yeah, I think so. It was too early from the lose the title.
Mm-hmm.
I think Balor got cut up.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, absolutely right, Byron. Shocking everyone, including Balor. The opportunistic architect saw his opening, soared through the Saudi Arabian sky, landed on the ladder, and ripped the Intercontinental title away from the leader of Balor.
Balor, he's still looking up. He can't believe Balor had the title. He had the title from his fingertips away. And look at Rollins. Rollins leaping from the top rope to the ladder. Balor in disbelief, staring at Rollins, who just
That finish was awesome.
All the grace and power of a panther. Seth Rollins perches himself on the ground. Could not believe it. This is like the equivalent of intercepting the ball.
I could see Seth and Finn feuding over this.
Yeah.
He saw a ghost. This is bigger than some interception for a touchdown. This is the Intercontinental Championship.
Balor had the title. He had it in his grasp. He was a fingertip away, and then Rollins pulled off a miracle.
Michael Cole, you called the heist of the century when Seth Rollins left WrestleMania with the WWE title. This is right up there with incredible moments. And Byron, I'm going to tell you this. I love SmackDown, but we've got Monday Night Rollins, and I'm impressed, okay? Seth Rollins, amazing performance right here tonight. It's been an incredible week here in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia for members of the WWE Performance Center. Our coaches were here holding tryouts over the past week to try to find out if WWE recruits you could cut it. So hopefully one day become a Raw or SmackDown superstar. Here we are for the first session of our international tryout in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
A-Train. Haven't seen him in so long.
This is what I say. How bad you want to be part of WWE? Big things bad. It's figuring out who's athletic, who's putting out effort, who's got body. If there are any of you that think this is way too hard, you are sorely mistaken.
Today is my first time here at the tryout, and those guys are working hard. Things are starting to heat up. It's getting real intense. They're starting to weed out the guys, find the cream of the crop. Being a WWE superstar can be the greatest thing ever. But it requires a lot of hard work.
I'm really happy. I'm really excited. This is my dream. This is becoming true.
I felt like I'm flying. You proud of yourself for what you've accomplished here? Keep your head up and work hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my very special guest at this time. 4 WWE prospects from the tryouts that took place right here in Jeddah this past week. Introducing first, from Mecca, Nasser. Second, from Al Madina, Hussein. Third, from Riyadh, Mansoor. And fourth, from right here in Jeddah, Faisal. Now, gentlemen, over this past week, you have been immersed in the world of WWE. Talk about your experience.
Oh my, actually that was never expected for WWE to come here to Saudi Arabia. We've been waiting this for more than 20 years, and here we are now. We have the WWE here, and you have 4 Saudi WWE superstars. حقيقة أشكر كل الناس الداعمين لهذا الموضوع، احنا وصلنا لمرحلة ممتازة، وأحب أشكر معالي المستشار تركي آل الشيخ لما أتاح لنا هذه الفرصة.
Years ago, growing up, we were just a bunch of Saudi kids with a dream. Today, that dream has come true. And now we stand here before you, hoping to represent our country as the first WWE superstar from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Whoa, Sean Davari, class of 2018. That is a shocker.
Royal Rumble and into the interview interrupted by titles in 9 countries on 6 different continents. They definitely earned their right to be here. Look at this. Is this what you call athletes in Saudi Arabia? You are pathetic. You are nothing. You are a trainee. You're a wannabe. You're not real athletes. Real athletes like the Davari brothers come from the strongest nation
But then, if you please. No.
Oh, Davari.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen him in forever.
Yep. Yeah, it's just kind of shocking on this one that they put 205 Livers on here, and they'd actually bring back Sean Davari. I mean, it makes perfect sense, but it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, a little bit. I am curious if this is just a one-off thing or if they're planning on bringing it back full time.
Well, I was hearing rumors from other friends that they were considering bringing him back full time, and it would make sense if they did because he's not a bad wrestler. He'd be a good tag team partner for Arya Davari, and it would just be a 205 Live guy, so it wouldn't be that bad on it. Of course, he's gotten work as a trainer in Minnesota, and they brought back Molly Holly, who was his ally in one of the trainings in his training school. So it seems viable.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him coming back.
Yeah, it could be worse. So as a 205 Live guy, you'd be perfect there.
Yeah.
One may be future WWE superstars. Training Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. Congratulations, you're back at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Exclusively on WWE Network.
Something else to wrestle with.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did watch this episode the other day. It was pretty good.
Yeah. I've been starting to watch it to listen to it on Spotify once I finally realized Spotify had podcasts. So it's been good listen. So
yeah, it is pretty enjoyable.
Yeah.
Now available on demand. Exclusively on WWE Network.
And they just released a new episode just now on Unforgiven 98.
They just did?
Yeah, they just released an episode today.
Ah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's match is about the prestigious WWE Championship, and a match that is deeply rooted in personal jealousy and ambition. Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. At WrestleMania, it was called Rematch. Tonight.
It looks like it's going to be Styles and Nakamura.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope for Styles' sake he's wearing a cup.
Yep. Well, at the very least, they have gotten some benefits from this one, so.
Yeah.
So if true, they have it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It feels like Nakamura. It does feel to me anyway like it's starting to kind of wear off a little bit. Like the shock value is kind of wearing off. I just feel like they are starting to make him a bit too dependent on the low blows.
Yeah, but they did at least give him. They did at least give him the English version of his new theme, which is coming out to help for this one. So. So the English theme is there.
guts. We'll stop them in the nuts. We'll stop them in the
Yeah, might as well be his theme.
Yeah. Though it does help on this one when you realize the fact that not only do they have a representative from every big New Japan stable on SmackDown right now, but they all basically act the same as they did in their stable. I mean, AJ Styles and the Club are still the good brothers who are out to get the nerds in the show. They're still basically acting like Bullet Club. You've got Shinsuke Nakamura, who acts like he did in New Japan, only now he added Toru Yano's finisher, so he has that one. You've got Andrade Cien Almas, who's the great prospect in NXT who ceased to give a shit until Zelina Vega got him, so he's Los Ingobernables. And you've got Shelton Benjamin, the grumpy old veteran who's a bad guy who just likes to beat people up, just like Suzuki-gun.
This guy's not just honest. He's a con artist. I'm not here for a conversation. I'm here for a fight. There's 5 years of tradition behind the WWE Championship. Nakamura has a vendetta against AJ Styles, and the champion is fake.
It is a vibrant city of 4 million people. It's the second largest city in Saudi Arabia. It is known as Jeddah. It sits by the Red Sea in the western part of this country, a progressive resort city known as the Mermaid. It is the site time of the greatest Royal Rumble. That man right there, AJ Styles, the WWE champion, is the reason that Shinsuke Nakamura is a changed man. Frustrated, jealous, bitter. There's this fourth opportunity at the WWE Championship in order for Shinsuke Nakamura. It has not come as easily as it is. first onto the scene in WWE and found a relatively large amount of success in short order, but as Shinsuke climbed up the ladder, always waiting at the top was the phenomenal one. But who are you to say if Shinsuke is bitter? As we tell, Shinsuke has not told anybody what is truly going on inside that time. It's all speculation, rumor, and innuendo. I'll tell you what's going on with AJ Styles. He said 3 weeks ago, WrestleMania.
Rumor and innuendo.
Yep.
But tonight, it says this match would be a platform for himself to inflict pain upon Shinsuke Nakamura. Late last year, AJ Styles became the first man to win the WWE Championship in Europe. Tonight, Shinsuke Nakamura hopes to be the first to win it in Asia. The following contest is scheduled for one fall and for the WWE Championship. Introducing the challenger from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in 220 pounds, the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura. And his opponent from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds. He is the WWE Champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles. He wears the 55-year-old WWE Championship. Of course, the greatest WWE champion of all time just passed away a couple of weeks ago, Bruno Sammartino, who once held the title for 2,803 days, an 8-year reign before losing Ivan Koloff, and then followed it up with a second reign of over 1,200 days. AJ Styles says that he is so proud to be defending the championship, the legacy of Bruno Sammartino in his back of his mind. And here we go, Shin and AJ to start things off here in this championship match. Shinsuke Nakamura, world-traveled superstar.
Okay, I have to call out on this one because I have works now, so I have to go. So it's up to you to carry it.
All right, I'll try my best. All right, so let's see if I can try my best to kind of keep this train on the tracks. It's going to be a solo here. I don't know how well I'm going to do solo, but I'll try my best to make this work. And it looks like Styles has the advantage right now, and maybe not. Nakamura going outside of the ring. All right, so now we got a rest hold by Styles. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really been a fan of Nakamura's heel turn. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. For me, I feel like the shock value of him turning heel at Mania, it's kind of worn off now. I don't know. I just feel like there was no reason to really turn him heel. You know, they're starting to kind of overuse the low blow from him a little bit. I don't know. I feel like AJ Styles should have been the one to turn heel over Nakamura. I mean, I'm hopeful that this match is better than their Mania match. Because their Mania match wasn't really anything special. I think they kind of overhyped it a little bit. And there just wasn't much to it. So Styles still in control for a bit. I don't think Nakamura's already gotten that much offense in on this match. I mean, I'll say this: it's so far it's more exciting than their Mania match, but it just starts, so we'll see where it goes from here. All right, so Nakamura finally getting some offense in. All right, Nakamura making the comeback here. And another rest hold by Nakamura. All right, Styles slowly making the comeback. And a semi-stinger splash from Styles. Near fall. Yeah, this match has been a bit back and forth lately. It's honestly more it's been more competitive than I thought it would be. I was expecting Nakamura to kind of control the match because since he's a heel and the heel controls the match, I figured that was the way it was going to go, but it doesn't seem like it's going to go that way. Okay, Nakamura going for the Kinshasa. Honestly, I do think that Nakamura does win the title here. Oh, roll up. A 2 count. But yeah, I do think that Nakamura does win. Oh, calf crusher, calf crusher. Nakamura could tap out here. Rope break. But yeah, I do think that Nakamura does win the title here. I don't know. I feel like it is time for Styles to lose the title. I think he's had it for a while. I don't think he really needs it anymore at this point. And Nakamura does have a lot of momentum going right now. So I do feel like it would be the smart thing to have Nakamura win the title, but I guess we'll just have to see if that happens here. Now some back and forth by Styles and Nakamura. Nakamura misses the kicks. What was that? Nakamura going for an armbar. Almost looked like a botch there. Hold one. Armbar. Payway kick. Styles going for the phenomenal forearm. Oh, almost hits the referee. Oh, low blow. The dreaded Nakamura low blow. Oh, and Styles just barely gets the ropes. I don't know. I feel like that should have been the finish, honestly. That was kind of a missed opportunity there. Nakamura going for the Kinshasa again. Oh, Styles catches him. Oh, spear over the announce table. This isn't going to end by count out, is it? Either that or someone's going to enter at the count of 9. Could you imagine if this ended by count out? Okay, my network stream is all screwed up. Hold on, let me restart the stream. It rewinded for some reason. Don't know why. Yeah, I don't know what happened because my network stream just screwed up. Well, for some reason, I'm guessing the match ended by count out, which I don't know about that, but yeah, it's a count out. Man, that is the most underwhelming thing that could have happened. The dominant forearm on the outside. But yeah, a count out. Man, that is so underwhelming. Like, I mean, I guess I can see why they did it that way, but man, that's so disappointing. Like, I honestly just hate count out finishes in general, but I don't know. Maybe they'll have a third and final match at Backlash or something like that. I don't know. This isn't the way I would have booked the match. But regardless, Styles is still the champion. All right, it looks like it's going to be the Buried Alive match with no, not Buried Alive, casket match. It looks like it's going to be the casket match with Rusev and Undertaker. I love how there was absolutely no mention of Rusev in that video package. Like, no mention of him. They didn't show any clips of him. Like, it was all Undertaker. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious who's winning this match. Oh, here comes Aiden English. And I'll be honest, I don't get the whole Rusev Day thing. I don't. I don't know.
And we'll celebrate on this triumphant. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you know what day is that day. Rusev Day.
I do like the fact that Aiden English has shaved his head now. I think it's a much better look than what he had prior to this. Because it was obvious that he was going bald. So he just shaved it halfway through WrestleMania. And I think it looks a lot better with the shaved head rather than the balding look that he had. Speaking of hair, I really wish that Rusev would grow back his long hair. I don't know. I don't think the short hair works for him. I think the long hair is much better. But maybe that's just me. And now here comes the Phenom. One of my favorite wrestlers, The Undertaker. Who probably shouldn't still be wrestling at this point, but like, last year at WrestleMania, he retired more or less, and it really should have stayed at that. But what can you do? If the guy wants to wrestle, let him wrestle. I mean, he's the Undertaker. He's earned the right to either retire or wrestle or do whatever. And there he is. I am glad that Taker has long hair again. I never thought he looked good with the the mohawk or the short hair or anything like that. I've always preferred Undertaker with long hair. And Taker walking slowly as he always does. His entrance is so long. So long. Yes, Taker. It's a casket. Get into the ring. He's about to do it. He's about to take the hat off. The hat is off. The hat is off. Okay, it looks like this match is finally starting. Yeah, that's the one drawback to Undertaker's entrance. As cool as it is, it takes forever. It really does take forever for him to enter the ring. Oh my god, just start the match already, man. Quit stalling. Fight already. Oh, there we go. There we go. Finally. Undertaker and Rusev fighting outside of the ring. And Rusev getting some offense in. And can the camera stop cutting? Like, man, just stay on one shot and stick with it. There are so many camera cuts in this match so far. I will say this though, it is cool to see Undertaker and Rusev wrestle. It is cool to see Undertaker wrestle like a newer superstar. And Undertaker going for some old school. I do like Rusev's selling of the casket. Doing a really good job here. And Undertaker throwing Rusev right into the barricade. Now it looks like Taker is going for his signature apron or leg drop. And he hits it. This match might be ending early. Taker rolling Rusev into the casket. Oh, English stopping it. Oh, come on, Taker. Just close the lid. He's gone. Aiden English is up the ramp. You can literally close the casket and win this match. And now Rusev's back in the ring. And what a kick by Rusev to the Undertaker. And now Rusev gets the advantage after the distraction by Aiden English. And now Rusev in control of this match. And Undertaker making the comeback. And the Undertaker knocks Rusev down. A headbutt. Really, Taker? Really? I mean, it wasn't a flying headbutt, but still was a headbutt nonetheless. Now Rusev slowly but surely making the comeback. Really, Rusev, the accolade. Why? There are no submissions in this match. You do not need to do this. Taker's probably going to sit up in a few seconds. Oh, and he did. And he did. He's about to get choke slammed right into that casket. Oh, and it chokes him in the no. Rusev reverses it. Oh, and now we get a choke slam. And that choke slam inside the ring. Tombstone him, Taker. Tombstone him. Oh, and then Aiden English is going to choke slam now. Oh, now Aiden English is getting a tombstone. Tombstone to Aiden English. Now go take a closer look in this match. Oh, is he putting both of them in there? And Taker wins. Taker puts both of them in the casket. That's amazing. That was an okay match, I guess. It was what it was. It was pretty much what I was expecting it to be. It wasn't bad by any means. It was okay. Okay, so I think we have about 2 matches left. I believe we have Roman and Brock in a cage, and then the Greatest Royal Rumble match itself. So I believe we only have a couple matches left, and then the show will be over. And it's been an okay show so far. It's been pretty much what I expected it to be. It was what it was. You know, it is what it is. I mean, I would imagine that Roman and Brock is the next match because I would imagine that the Royal Rumble match would main event, but you never know. Yeah, Brock and Roman is next. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm pretty sure that Roman is winning the title here, but at the same time, Roman winning at WrestleMania seemed like that was the way to go, and Brock ended up winning at Mania for some reason. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Roman will win here. I mean, he pretty much has to, but he's also kind of damaged goods at this point because he really should have won that Mania. Like him losing that Mania, it really did kind of kill his character.
To be honest, I still really don't even know what happened yesterday. But I do know this: Brock Lesnar is one hell of a businessman. The most decorated athlete in combat sports history. Undisputed. Word got out he was going back to the UFC. And then WWE released Brock Lesnar is officially re-signed with WWE. Fantastic news for any fans of the Beast incarnate. Bad news for anyone who wants to be Universal Champion. And once again, I'm going to face Brock Lesnar. But it's not going down like it did at WrestleMania because this time we're going to be in a steel cage. And that's exactly where I'm going to leave Brock Lesnar. None of this means anything to Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar craves to be locked inside of a cage. And Brock Lesnar says, well, Roman Reigns is breathing. Give me Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar is going to shred Roman Reigns piece by piece, limb from limb. We'll let Roman Reigns have to come back to the United States, the Universal Champion. That's not a prediction. Roman Reigns comes back to the United States in multiple boxes. That's a spoiler. And a victim at the hands of the reigning defending undisputed Universal Champion. He's here. Roman Reigns is always here. I don't know how I'm going to get back, but I do know one thing. I'm coming home with that title. And you can believe that.
Well, if it's ever possible to surpass the brutality, it's to lock these two gladiators inside of a steel cage. Ladies and gentlemen, there is the steel cage that will surround the ring. You win this match tonight via pinfall, submission, or escape over the top of the cage where both feet hit the floor, or through the door where both feet will hit the floor. For the first time in over 3 years, a world championship will be defended inside a steel cage tonight at the Greatest Royal Rumble.
The big dog, Roman Reigns. Yeah, it's definitely a must-win situation for Roman Reigns, because if he doesn't win here, he is done as a character. Like, he is absolutely done as a character.
Inside yourself. To Corey's point, Roman Reigns has a winning record in steel cage matches in his career, Byron, but never, ever beat Brock Lesnar. Listen, I think it says a lot about the character and the will of Roman Reigns to say, I want to go through this again. I want to go through the pain. I want to go through the bruises. I want the beast, because somewhere in that man's mind, Roman Reigns himself, that the fight this previous failures, that's what it takes. That's what it takes to defeat Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns will never doubt himself. Look what he did at WrestleMania. Out of 5 F5. Nobody's ever done that in a match with the Beast. You're absolutely right, Michael Cole. Brock Lesnar asked for this particular match inside of a cage because he wanted to torture Roman Reigns. Knowing that, was that one of the perks of Brock's new contract that he signed? It's very well may be. Mr. McMahon said it has perks. That notwithstanding, Roman Reigns still accepted his trip into the Lions.
And some more pyro. Yeah, you had to know that when Roman put the fist down inside the ring, you knew there was going to be a lot of pyro, and there is so much pyro. That's more pyro than I thought he was going to get. Now, I'm sure Brock Lesnar is going to get a lot of pyro as well.
Only one word is needed to describe this man. Beast. A plethora of others that would be appropriate. Conqueror. Most celebrated combat athlete. It may be the most important stat of anything. Brock Lesnar has never seen.
Well, how many steel cage matches has Brock Lesnar even been in? I don't know. I can only remember like one steel cage match he's ever been in, and I think it was a match against Vince McMahon on SmackDown in 2003. I think that's. I'm positive that's the only steel cage match he's been on. Or wasn't Brock and Triple H, wasn't one of their matches in a steel cage? There might have been. I don't know. Oh, he also faced Paul Heyman in a steel cage in 2003 as well. And Paul Heyman has to do the introduction as always. The Broctagon. Really? Really? All right, here we go. The match is starting. Considering that this is a Brock Lesnar match, I'm not expecting this match to go very long. I'm honestly expecting this match to go maybe 10 minutes at the most, because Brock Lesnar doesn't work long matches that much. Oh, and some more suplexes. And this is one of the big problems with Brock as a wrestler, because he's so dependent on German suplexes. I think when Brock actually cares, he can put on a good match. The one with AJ Styles at Survivor Series a few months back was pretty good, but he rarely tends to put in the work. He rarely has a good match now anymore. Okay, this is going to be one of those matches. It's going to be one of those Brock German suplexes his opponent for the entire matches. That's what it's going to be. This match already started. It's not going well. All right, so one F5. Man, just let Roman get at least some offense in. I mean, Brock really should just walk out of the cage. Just retain the title. Okay, Roman finally reverses Superman punch. It's going to be one of those finisher matches, isn't it? All the moves there's going to be are all going to be finishers. It's going to be like Goldberg and Lesnar at WrestleMania 33. That's basically what it's going to be. It seems like. All right, so I'm going to have to leave for a bit because I have to go run a last minute errand. Oh, and Roman's about to go out. Oh, he got caught. But yeah, I have to go go for a bit. Have to go and run a last minute errand, another last minute errand. Hopefully I'll be back by the time that the Royal Rumble match starts. So I'll see you in a bit.